Everybody's mics are on.
The time has arrived, ladies and gentlemen. We have reached the grand finale of this season. But not only is this our grand finale, we are live, so no pressure. Let's not waste any more time because we all know what you came here to see, and that is me, the host of all hosts, Ali Melendez. Oh, and this is the Oneonta movie show.
Yay.
Normally we have incredibly interesting facts about our panelists, but tonight we can't waste any time. So let's get right into what tonight's show is going to be all about, and that is debates. The way this will work is we are going to have 3 debates all together. After the first one, instead of picking the person who gave the best argument, I'll be eliminating the person who gave the weakest argument. Then we will have the second debate where someone else will take the place of the person who was eliminated. And the same rules apply. When we get to our last debate, that will be where a winner is decided. We got the rules?
Yep. It would appear
Great. Our first debate is what is going to be the biggest summer blockbuster? You will have 30 seconds for your opening arguments, and we will be starting with the man who once raced a cobra up a mountain in Hawaii. It's Chris Turnbull. Go.
All right. I'm going to argue for Guardians of the Galaxy 2, sequel to Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy was the biggest domestic hit at the box office in 2014. And overall, I think this will be not only the best critically movie this summer, but the best commercially, because the Marvel Cinematic Universe has only grown in the time since Guardians of the Galaxy, and they have all the great stars back. They have James Gunn back directing, and overall, I think it will be the best movie of the summer.
All right, great. Next is the guy with the hair, Mike Papas. Go.
That's me with the hair.
That's
My
him.
movie is Pirates of the Caribbean 5.
Hell yeah.
Dead Man 10 Hotels, I believe it's called. But anyways, this movie picks up, I believe, at World's End. So it will be right back to the Will Turner and Elizabeth story, which should have been in the 4th one, but we're getting it this time, and it's Disney, so of course it will do well in the box office, and it will be critically acclaimed as well.
Excited for that. Now it's time to hear from the man who actually may have let the dogs out. It's John Puzakulix, everyone.
Okay, so the movie I think will be the biggest one this summer will be Dunkirk. This movie describes the Battle of Dunkirk during World War II, and what's interesting is that it's going to be directed by Christopher Nolan, the mastermind behind Inception, behind Interstellar, behind the Dark Knight trilogy. This is going to be big because he also has many great talented actors like Cillian Murphy and Tom Hardy, and because of the amazing box office he has had over the past several summers, I think this will be the biggest one that will top.
And time. But I knew where you're going. All right, and we finally have the fan favorite who's most popular in countries such as Canada and Turkey. It's Tom Capone. Go, Tom.
All right, so this movie is not going to be good. There's no delusions here. This movie's transformed with the last night. The movie's going to be awful, but it's going to make a lot of money. Every Transformer movie has made more and more money so far. Now the last 2 have made over $1 billion. This movie's probably going to do the same, and it's going to be the biggest box office hit of the summer.
I respect the honesty there. All right, now that everyone has thrown out their choices, let's hear why the others will not be the biggest blockbusters.
So first of all, with money-wise, I believe it would have been bankable if Shia LaBeouf was back in Transformers. After when Marky Mark came into the picture, that's when it lost its luster.
Yeah, but that one also,
he's a bigger actor.
That one also made.
Yeah, but even Shia LaBeouf, but it made Shia LaBeouf, and that was the main character.
The last one, which had Marky Mark in it, made over a $1 billion, showing that people don't really care that Shia LaBeouf is in it or not. They just want to go and see. They want to go and see explosions. They want to see the Transformers fighting the Decepticons. And clearly, they don't care if the movie's good.
You know what? Each installment of the Transformers series may have earned a little bit more with each one, but Dunkirk
lot
is going to
more.
make much more.
It will not.
A lot more.
The
Yeah,
last big World War II movie came out was Fury. Well, that was a good movie. It didn't make too much at the box office because World War II has,
But
unfortunately,
you know the
not been
track
doing as
record
well.
that Christopher Nolan
He has a
has?
good track
The
record, but
Dark Knight,
I don't think
Inception.
Dunkirk is very marketable as a movie, is what I'm saying.
Really?
Yes.
You don't think it's marketable?
No, I
Yeah,
don't.
but I mean, you only have Tom Hardy. You don't have that much bankable actors for Dunkirk.
And you have a very depressing story about all these men who die on a beach. It's Saving Private Ryan. It's basically the first scene of Saving Private Ryan over the course of an entire movie. It's not very bankable.
But you know what? It's going to be much more bankable than Pirates of the Caribbean 5.
I agree
Each
with that,
one
yeah.
literally...
You have bankable actors
each-
such as Johnny Depp and
It doesn't-
Orlando Bloom
Well,
and Keira
hold on.
Knightley, Jeffrey Rush.
Hold on.
They've gotten less and less bankable over the years.
Johnny Depp was just in a Alice in Wonderland movie which bombed, so he's not bankable based just on
Plus-
him.
Yeah.
Secondly, also
Just
the
the
last,
name's Johnny Depp. Are
the
you
last-
kidding me? Even Alice in Wonderland
the
did
last,
pretty good. In
the
box
last
office.
Pirates of the Caribbean movie bombed. It bombed.
Yeah, just because they didn't follow through with the story, with the original story.
Mike,
They're following
or
through with
maybe-
this
What makes you
one.
Or
think
maybe
Pirates of the
people have
Caribbean
Mike,
5 actually
Pirates
will
lost
fall
its
through
luster.
in the story?
Mike, plus with all the stuff that's been going on with Johnny Depp's personal life, this may lead to him being not so much of a bankable name because of everything that's been attached to him personally.
Okay, but it goes back to his
Also-
one of his bankable roles
also-
as Captain Jack Sparrow.
Also,
so
I
either
want
way-
to talk about Transformers. The reason Transformers 4 did so well is mainly because of China. You know why China did so well in China? Because there was a huge portion of that movie dedicated to showing how awesome China is. Guess what's not in this movie? China's not in this Transformers movie, which means it's probably going to do worse overseas.
No, China will still come out to see this movie, which China's been doing for these big.
Granted,
kind
it
of
will.
dumb
I
action
believe it will
movies.
do well because
But
it's a big blockbuster and has a
it's
bunch of special
definitely going
effects.
to do better than Guardians 2
Absolutely
at
not.
the
No.
worldwide box
The
office. Yeah.
MCU has grown to a height even bigger than it was before when
Yes,
the first
but-
one came out.
yes, but-
Transformers is a bigger name than Guardians of the Galaxy, to be honest.
In the overall popular culture, I agree, but in terms of film, I believe Guardians is going to do better because, like I said, this movie has come out after Age of Ultron and Captain
Yes,
America:
but
Civil
also
War.
it
It has
doesn't
grown.
have any of these main MCU characters in it. People when saw Guardians of the Galaxy, they did like it.
Yes, but
I
they
don't know
grew
if
to
I
love
don't
all
know if
these characters.
enough
It is Baby
really
Groot.
liked it
You
in
cannot
order
argue
to
against
come
Baby
back.
Groot. You can't.
Baby Groot is great, but I don't know.
He's
if
hugely marketable.
I don't. Baby Groot's not going to make more than Transformers.
I don't know.
No,
I don't know.
Transformers going to
It's
make more
always
because
Transformers that gets
has
the-
that
gets the most
worldwide-
toys.
Well, like I said, because of the way they're doing the plot this time around, I don't think Chinese audiences are going to be attracted to it compared to the Age of Extinction that came
But
out.
China audiences have shown that they don't need to just see China. They just want to go and see these big American action movies.
That's true, and I guarantee they will go see it in huge numbers.
They
But I
will,
still
which
don't
is-
think
which
it'll
is-
do
which
as
is-
well
which
because
is
of
gonna-
Is
that.
anyone
gonna
really going to go
lead it
see it
to
after
make
the
good-
massive bomb that Transformers 4 was?
Remember the
Massive
wall.
bomb. It made over $1 billion.
Remember the
Yeah,
movie.
but everyone absolutely hated it.
Everyone also hated Transformers 3, which also made over $1 billion.
But we can basically-
everyone hated Transformers 2, and then Transformers 3 made about $300 or $400 million more at the worldwide box office. Clearly, these movies are not
you
going
know
to
what?
stop. They'll keep making more and more and more, and it's just not going to stop.
But let's talk a little bit more about what the critics are going to think. Lately,
Doesn't-
obviously, Transformers has the worst track record of all of our movies.
Yeah, but it's still making over $1 billion. It
Well, guess
clearly shows
what?
critics
Guardians of the Galaxy
say.
is going to make
I
over $1
think
billion
it's gonna-
and
it's
do all
gonna-
reviews. And guess what? I can say this right now because the reviews for Guardians of the Galaxy 2 came out this morning, so
And
I can
they're
actually
not
say it.
great.
Yes, they are.
I haven't.
There's a Rotten Tomatoes scores at 86. That's pretty good.
From reviews that I've seen that I follow, I've seen a lot of very mixed reviews saying that.
Well, that is
isn't
anecdotal
gonna
because if you
really
go on
hit.
Rotten Tomatoes as a site as a whole, as an aggregate site, it is 86%. That is positive. That is
Yes,
high.
but what on Rotten Tomatoes is Rotten Tomatoes? That's an 86% of critics liked it. They could just be, it was fine. I liked it. 86% doesn't mean they all absolutely loved it. They could have all seen it and went, oh, it's fine. I liked it, and then boom, you have a 86%. The Rotten Tomato meter is not a score. It's a percentage of critics that like it.
but these scores, the reviewers put whether they're rotten or fresh themselves.
Again, if you liked it, it's fresh. If you didn't like it, it's rotten. There's no score
Yes,
there.
but my point is
there's
we
no
are
score.
definitive that most critics have a positive view of this film right
Yes,
now.
but
What's the Rotten Tomatoes scores for the last three for all the Transformers movies?
They're not good, but the movies keep making over $1 billion.
But my
It's
point
crazy.
is
The
Guardians
Rotten
will be
Tomatoes
good and also make almost as much money, if not more, than Transformers.
It's
That's
not
my
It's
point.
the
saying
same
more
thing
than
as
Transformers.
Transformers.
And you know what? Speaking
Like-
some more about Rotten Tomatoes, you know who has a very good track record? Christopher Nolan. Like literally, almost all his movies are certified fresh. Basically, all of them actually. are.
Interstellar made it barely because Interstellar had a lot of flaws in terms of the story and plot.
Well, let's look at some of his other movies: Memento, Dark Knight.
I agree.
Dark
And
Knight
then
Rises.
Dark Knight Rises was flawed.
He did say that already.
Very recently, Nolan has showed that he's shown the clinks in his armor with the Dark Knight Rises and now into Stellar, which both had their issues in it. And plus, with the Dark Knight Rises, you could tell he just didn't care making that movie. And I'm a little worried he might just not care again with Dunkirk and go, oh, I just want to make a war movie. So
You think he's not going to care about a World War II movie?
I mean,
might not.
after Interstellar,
Really
though-
think he would?
But
after
I think,
Interstellar, though, you gotta take a consideration of how much he's gonna put into this, or how much creativity he's gonna put into it.
All right, whoo! I have heard enough. Based on the arguments, I would have to say that the weakest argument was John. I'm so sorry. You know I love you. Maybe next year. All right, when we come back, more debates. Who knew? I didn't.
After drinking alcohol, 1 in 7 16 to 24-year-olds have had unprotected sex, while 1 in 5 have had sex they regretted. 1 in 10 has been unable to remember if there was sex the night before. Who's watching you when you're not watching yourself?
Welcome back. I'm Isabel Weitzman. Allie is currently busy doing literally anything else. So now it's my turn to host. Clap for me, damn it. Oh! Oh! Thank you. So, our next debate is joined by the creature under the bleacher. It's Matt Berkland. Good to have you here. So this debate will be which Marvel character from the MCU would fit best inside the DC movie universe. 30 seconds. Are you guys ready?
Yep.
And go.
All right, the hero I want to see in the DC universe is actually Captain America. He is a hero that was born around the same era that Superman and Batman were in, and I really wanted to be added in because not only is he serious, which would fit in the DC universe, but he adds mythical weight to political metaphor. And what I mean by that is he's actually about something and actually something to say in his movies, and most of the DC universe right now is just like friendship is good. So I would like to see more themes and more development in terms of the deep themes of the DC universe, and I think
All right.
Captain America is a good way to do that.
Time. Sorry to cut you off there. Are you ready?
Yep.
Go ahead.
So mine is Quicksilver. I believe that him and the Flash will have a good old battle here, or a good old face-off between the two, both running each other. I mean, we pretty much know who would win this, but I like to see the two clash. We've seen, I'm sure I think there's comic books with the two clashing, so any adaptation of one of those, I believe, could do.
All right. Nicely said. You ready?
Yep.
And go ahead.
So the superhero I want to see in the DC universe is Spider-Man. I believe that he is like the hard luck kid. He's the guy that DC needs. He's like Superman, Batman. He's not even in the same league. He is number one, probably the greatest superhero of all time. And I think Batman and Superman are overrated, and that he should be the poster boy.
Okay. Last but not least, you ready?
Yep.
Go ahead.
All right, so I'm going with the Incredible Hulk, because he's Bruce Banner. The psychic of Bruce Banner is so interesting to explore in a more serious DC movie. See how changing the Hulk really changes him, how it affects him, because he has so much more than we do in an MCU movie. Plus, when he hulks out, that's great. That's great for the big, huge CGI filled third act fights that we all know DMC loves.
All right. Perfect timing. Okay, now that everyone has stated their choice, let's get to debating.
So when you say serious Hulk movie, the last time there was a really serious Hulk movie was Ang Lee's one, and that wasn't that good.
That wasn't so much as serious as it was art. The Hulk in the DC isn't going to be that type of art house movie.
Tom,
that
he isn't gonna attack a
that
cloud.
Emily tried to.
Tom, if I
Exactly.
could interrupt for a second, I just have a question for Mike. Did you even put any thought into your choice for this movie, The Flash and Quicksilver?
Did
please?
you? Does New York even exist in the DC
Oh,
universe?
please, seriously. At least it's better than Captain America. You just took Batman's principles and Superman's patriotism and just put them into one character.
Matt, you took a character that literally everything we love about
The
him,
original
about him is
teenage
the right,
superhero.
What we love love about
the
Spider-Man.
most known villains.
What we love about Spider-Man.
But you wouldn't be bringing
is
his villains
brightness.
over.
That's what
It is
works.
his
He fits
optimism.
in almost any universe.
No, he doesn't. 'Cause
Yes,
the DC,
he does.
The DC universe
You-
is darker
works in
and it's grittier.
Spider-Man's pretty
wouldn't fit
dark.
in that.
If you've seen him
But
fight
that's
the
not-
Hitman,
that's
He's not dark.
He is. Are you crazy?
Matt,
You have never read him fighting Green Goblin. This guy has messed
Well,
with
we're
his
talking-
life.
superhero here. You're talking about darkness?
movie
He's fought
Spider-Man going into the universe of the DC universe,
Plus-
movie
Yes.
universe.
Plus,
So
right now,
what you can't say he can't?
The movie universe.
He's had a lot of
Spider-Man-
dark stuff. You guys don't know Spider-Man.
But
He
we're
has
not
fought
talking
the
about the one.
Green.
We're not talking about the one for the comics. We're talking about the ones for the movies. And
Exactly.
He is bright, colorful, happy-go-lucky, loves to
What's
insult somebody during
Superman?
his
What's
fight.
Superman? He's got a bright colored suit.
Yes, but
you could
Superman's
apply the
still-
same principles. You ever
Superman
see
is
Sam
still
Raimi's
serious.
Spider-Man? That character was pretty dark.
Superman
All right.
in this universe
They took
is much
like
more
Norman
brighter.
Osborn and had him like the Green Goblin. That's pretty dark. They had him on the bridge. You got Dr. Octopus, who's like this complex character. That's pretty dark too. I don't know what you guys are watching.
Again,
Those were
we're
not
not
as
talking
dark.
about
Those
Sam
were not-
Raimi. We're not talking about the comics. We are talking about the
What is
Spider-Man
Spider-Man if not the comics and the other movies?
Homecoming and what we saw in Civil War. That's what we have to go
what?
with.
That's the Spider-Man we
But
want.
you guys are-
that brighter and more optimistic
That's the Spider-Man. That's the Spider-Man that everybody grew up with, and that most people will watch and will go watch, and that's why Homecoming.
So we could
really
get.
good too.
What's wrong with having a lighter superhero in the DC universe? Let me
It
ask you
doesn't-
that.
It doesn't fit.
It
DC's
can
always
fit.
darker.
DC's not always darker.
Yes,
You've
it
seen-
is.
in
Visually
the
and
70s,
character-wise.
Superman was like this bright character. He had like
And
red, yellow.
They made Superman darker for the DC
And?
Cinematic Universe.
All right, well, I think I've heard enough. I believe, based on the arguments, the weakest was Mike. I'm sorry to break it to you. But thanks for playing, though. When we come back, it's our final debate with our final and possibly greatest guest to ever appear on the Oneonta Movie Show. Stay tuned.
I will get up and walk the dog at 6:30 a.m. I will eat some fruit as part of my breakfast. I will shave. I will clean the sink after I shave. I will be at work by 8 a.m. I will sit through 2-hour meetings. I will say yes when you want me to say yes. I will be quiet when you don't want to hear me say no. I will take your call. I will listen to your opinion of my friends. I will listen to your friends' opinions of my friends. I will be civil to your mother. I will put the seat down. I will separate the recycling. I will carry your lip balm. I will watch your vampire TV shows with you. I will take my socks off before getting into bed. I will put my underwear in the basket. And because I do this, I will drive the car I want to drive. Charger. Man's last stand.
We are back one last time, and look who it is. The man, the myth, the legend, the macho madness is back. It's Zach Million. I can almost hear you saying all this about yourself. It's almost as if you wrote it. Beautiful stuff, truly. Let's get on to our final debate. Pitch me a Star Wars spin-off movie. Entertain me, Minions. Zach, start.
Okay, so here's my idea. I'm thinking we go back to in between 3 and 4, everybody's favorite time period in Star Wars. What does everyone really love? Darth Vader. So here's how you sell the movie. You take Darth Vader, you put him in a contained area. No more of these star battles or whatever they do, right? I want 6 Jedi inside a temple running for their lives. No lightsabers, no nothing. They just have their wits about them. It's a horror thriller action adventure movie with Darth Vader hunting down the last of the Jedi. It is the Magnificent Jedi. Thank you very much.
I
Sell it.
literally just couldn't stop
Sell it.
Oh my God. All right, Chris.
All right. So I wanted to establish a movie in the Old Republic, tens of thousands of years ago. Unfortunately, recently the extended universe was basically destroyed. So this is a great time to not only establish that extended universe, but you could go back and establish the Old Republic, the Sith and the Jedi, when they were first created, and not only that, but you can. I'm drawing a blank here.
Well, drawing a blank has lost your time. So,
Yeah, no.
Matt, you ready?
Okay, yeah.
Go.
Okay, so far in the last couple of years, Marvel Comics has done amazing things with Star Wars. They've really revitalized the whole comic book saga and all that and expanded on the whole universe. One character in particular that really stood out to me was Dr. Aphra, who is like this Sith engineer, excuse me. And I feel that she, as a character, can be really expressive into this Star Wars universe. Given her own movie.
Okay, woman power. Tom, take it away.
All right, so by far the best part of any of the prequels is Ian McGregor as Obi-Wan, and he deserves to have his one last chance to play Obi-Wan Kenobi, set in between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope. Obi-Wan in the desert. We can really dive into the character of Obi-Wan, what it was like for him on that planet watching over Luke. And he's probably going to go off. Something has to happen because the Obi-Wan we're left with at the end of Sith isn't the same as the Obi-Wan we get at the end of A New Hope. At the beginning of A New Hope. The one we get at the beginning of A New Hope is much older. You can tell he's been through stuff. He's been changed.
Time. Everyone has spoken, so whoever would like to comment on someone else's pitch, you may begin now.
So you want the pacifier in space. So you want the nanny of Obi-Wan Kenobi. I'm sorry, we don't know who Obi-Wan is by the time the third movie ends.
When we end in
everything
when we end in Revenge of the Sith, the Obi-Wan there is no one. He would want to go out and fight right away. He wouldn't want to stay on Tatooine for as long as he did.
Except that if you watch Star Wars Rebels, you know that exactly what he did.
But again, that's him later on. This movie is set before that. We see how he becomes that. What leads to him?
What excuse are you going to make for him to leave Luke unprotected? What excuse are you going to give?
Because he wants to go out and get back into the fight. He wants to be involved.
But he
doesn't
want to get in the fight. Wait. Sole goal is to protect Luke. That's it. That's all.
But we gotta see. We can see why he is like that, though. What happens?
What's your movie, though? Well, I mean, you're pitching.
What's yours? You're pitching a slasher movie starring Darth Vader. That's all it is.
Yes,
like a horror movie.
That's exactly what I said.
So you can get the same effect from the first three Star Wars about Darth Vader in that one movie.
The best part. So you take the best part of nostalgia, you take away all the other crap that the Rogue One threw in, because Rogue One was basically
you got Luke Skywalker, you got the droids. My movie's got droids. It's got like
already.
000 and BT-1, evil versions of C-3PO and R2-D2, following around a doctor, scientist, traveling across the galaxy.
That's terrible.
It's better than basing it off of what you like, following Obi-Wan Kenobi throughout the desert. End of discussion.
This is what's gonna happen. Obi-Wan's gonna go in.
He's right.
He's gonna go into Mos Eisley. He's gonna see some kind of injustice. Stormtroopers doing something to someone. He's gonna wind up. He's gonna go out on an adventure to protect someone.
But you're all saying the same thing. They're going to do something, and then something else is going to happen, and then they're going to do something else. That's what's the problem with Star Wars, is you got to contain it. You got to make it an easy beginning, middle, and end. But with my movie,
really?
You have that.
You have 6 movies spanning one guy, and you're going to add something else in between?
That's what Rogue One was. We're just talking about how great
your movie is basically Rogue One.
All right. I can be the only one who yells, all right? Relax. So, time to make my decision based on the arguments presented. The winner of Live Night is Zach, everyone! No shocker there. Congratulations. Thanks again for sticking with us this season. We hope you had a great time, as best of time you could. I know I did. Peace out, guys.